for me sitting here today is glorifying me today. Prahlad Maharaj says, Nesham Atistavad Urkramangre Sparshati Anarthapagunu Yadahataha Mahi Esham Padarajo Vishekam Nishkinchanana Navrinitayavat. Until unless I smeared the dust of lotus feet of excellent Vaishnavas, the devotional service to the Supreme Lord doesn't begin. So my devotional service started when I took the dust of lotus feet of His Grace Sasimana Krishna Prabhuji, His Grace Kalparaj Prabhuji, His Grace Krishnamantinandan Prabhuji. That is where the journey begins in Kanyavesh. So I hope that is the same with everyone. Hare Krishna.
कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनातीरा वनचारी वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Shri Abhay Chanarvind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna. My respectful obeisances at the lotus feet of all the assembled Vaishnavas. First of all, I'd like to thank Arjun Krishna Prabhuji for giving me an opportunity today to glorify Bhagavad Gita, chapter 11, Shloka 20. Today is also appearance day of His Divine Grace, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj. So, this is a very memorable day in my life. Anybody needs Hindi translation? Or if everybody can understand English, that to my English. Okay. So I was telling that I am really fortunate today I got this opportunity, because today one is I got a very good shloka from 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Shloka 20, and also it's the appearance day of His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Maharaj. So I'll be doing both the things simultaneously as we proceed. So let's start with shloka. Before reciting the shloka, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 11, Shloka 20. Dhyava prithviyor idam antaram hi Vyaptam tvaya ekena tishascha sarvaha Drishtva adbhutam rupam ugram tavedam Lokatrayam pravyatitam mahatman Dhyava prithviyor idam antaram hi Vyaptam tvaya ekena dishascha sarvaha Drishtva adbhutam rupam ugram tavedam Lokatrayam pravyatitam mahatman Dhyava prithviyor idam antaram hi Vyaptam tvayekena dishascha sarvaha Drishtva adbhutam rupam ugram tavedam Lokatrayam pravyatitam mahatman
Dhyava prithviyor idam antaram hi Vyaptam tvayekena dishascha sarva
Vyaptam tvayekena
त्वयैकेन दिशश्च सर्वः
दृष्ट्वाद्भुतं रूपम् उग्रं तवेदम्
दृष्ट्वाद्भुतं रूपम् उग्रं तवेदम्
लोकत्रयं प्रवयातीतं महात्मन्
लोकत्रयं प्रव्यतीतं महात्मन्
द्यावा पृथिव्योरिदम् अनन्तरं हि
द्यावा पृथ्व्योरिदम् अन्तरं हि
व्याप्तं त्वयैकेन दिशश्च सर्वः
व्याप्तं त्वयैकेन दिशश्च सर्वः
दृष्ट्वाद्भुतं रूपम् उग्रं तवेदम्
दृष्ट्वाद्भुतं रूपम् उग्रं तवेदम्
लोकत्रयं प्रव्यथितं महात्मन्
द्यावा पृथ्व्योरिदम् अन्तरं हि व्याप्तं त्वयैकेन दिशश्च सर्वः दृष्ट्वाद्भुतं रूपम् उग्रं तवेदम् लोकत्रयं प्रव्यतीतं महात्मन् माताजी द्यावा पृथ्व्योरिदम् अन्तरं हि व्याप्तं त्वयैकेन दिशश्च सर्वः दृष्ट्वाद्भुतं रूपम् उग्रं तवेदम् लोकत्रयं प्रव्यतीतं महात्मन् द्यावा पृथ्व्योरिदम् अन्तरं हि व्याप्तं त्वयैकेन दिशश्च सर्वः दृष्ट्वाद्भुतं रूपम् उग्रं तवेदम् लोकत्रयं प्रव्यतीतं महात्मन् हरे कृष्ण synonyms please repeat dhyavo from outer space aprithviyoho to the earth idam this antaram between he certainly vyaptam pervaded tvaya by you ekena alone dishaha directions cha and sarvaha all drishtva by seeing adbhutam wonderful roopam form ugram terrible tava your idam this loka the planetary systems trayam three pravyathitam perturbed maha atman o great one translation and purport by His Divine Grace Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Although you are one, you spread throughout the sky and the planets and all space between. O great one, seeing this wondrous and terrible form, all the planetary systems are perturbed. Purport: Dhyava Prithviyoho, the space between heaven and earth, and Lokatrayam, the three worlds, are significant words in this verse because it appears that not only did Arjuna see this universal form of the Lord, but others in other planetary systems saw it also. Arjuna's seeing of the universal form was not a dream. All whom the Lord endowed with divine vision saw that universal form on the battlefield. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Once again, I welcome all the devotees and thanking again for this opportunity. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramah Parivarjikacharya Stottra Shri Abhay Charanarvind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramah Parivarjikacharya Stottra Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. So, before we proceed with the discussion on today's shloka, so as it's a very auspicious day today, being appearance day of His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj. So I have prepared some notes because I don't have enough words. What I would be doing today is just trying to repeat the words of our Acharyas, that is my Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada, the words they used to glorify His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj. So, His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, born 1874, this day, that is February 6th. His name was Bimal Prasad. He was born to his parents Kedar Nath Datta and Bhagavati Devi. And as we know, Kedar Nath Datta is no one else other than Bhakti Vinod Thakur Mahasaya. He was the seventh child of the 14 children they had. He was known as a Simha Guru for his powerful and fearless preaching style. He took initiation from Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj, and he was very instrumental in forming Gaudiya Math, that is 64 branches. So these are some of the points I took about His Divine Grace, and I'd like to read one of the letter from His Divine Grace Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So I'd like to tell that the amazing glorious parampara this is. I'm going to read this from written by my Guru Maharaj, that is on his Guru Maharaj, the mood and mission of Srila Prabhupada, okay, in which there is a letter written by Srila Prabhupada to his Guru Maharaj, that is His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj. So the letter I am going to read, if you come across the word Srila Prabhupada, that means Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada is writing to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj. So the letter is like this. Although according to material vision, His Divine Grace Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada passed away from this material world on the last day of December 1936. I still consider His Divine Grace to be always present with me by His Vani, His words. Fortunately, even at our first meeting, His Divine Grace advised me to preach the cult of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in English in the Western countries. I could not, however, immediately take up his instructions to preach, but I took his words very seriously and was always thinking of how to execute his order, although I was quite unfit to do so. I think that His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is always seeing my activities and guiding me within my heart by His words. As it is said in Srimad Bhagavatam, Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye, that is the first sloka of first chapter of first canto. Spiritual inspirations comes from within the heart, wherein the Supreme Personality of Godhead in His Paramatma feature is always sitting with all His devotees and associates. It is to be admitted that whatever translation work I have done is through the inspiration of my spiritual master, because personally I am most insignificant and incompetent to do this materially impossible work. I do not think myself a very learned scholar, but I have full faith in the service of my spiritual master, His Divine Grace Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. If there is any credit to my activities of translating, it is all due to His Divine Grace. Certainly, if His Divine Grace were physically present at this time, it would have been a great occasion of jubilation. But even though He is not physically present, I am confident that He is very much pleased by this work of translation. He was very fond of seeing many books published to spread the Krishna conscious movement. Therefore, our society, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, has been formed to execute the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and His Divine Grace Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. This letter is in a chapter named, there is 3 volumes of this book, Mood and Mission. This is the first volume. I am yet to complete. I am reading this. There are 4 parts. This is in the 4th part, chapter 2. So the name of the chapter is The Secret of His Success. That is why Srila Prabhupada is successful. And this particular section is called Dedication to and Giving Credit to His Gurus. As we see here, Prabhupada very clearly says he is very insignificant and incompetent. Srila Prabhupada is such a great Acharya, as we know, when he formed BBT, in Leelamrutam this description is there, Rameshwar was the head of BBT, and when they printed the voluminous books of Srila Prabhupada, they used to distribute to all the US libraries. So when the book went to many libraries, and one of the librarians asked that, are you sure all these books were written by one person? So they were so surprised. How is it possible even for one person to sit and write so many books, even to translate? And his purports are such an intoxication. Previously also I had told that Even though the 4 regulative principles, one of the regulative principle is we should avoid any intoxication. So his purports are a great intoxication, at least for myself. So not even a single day goes without reading his words. So there are many more important letters that Srila Prabhupada wrote. I would like to read a few of them again in this book. This book is nothing but a glorification of Acharyas. As we know, even in the Jayadvani also we sing, all glories to assembled devotees, Guru and Gauranga. This mission, the moment we sit here, even on the Vyasasana, the glorification, we do only 3 things: the glorification of the devotees or the Vaishnavas, the glorification of Acharyas, and the glorification of the Lord. So I take this opportunity again to read some more important letters that Srila Prabhupada mentioned about his Guru Maharaj, because this is the very apt time that we read this and understand more about his Guru Maharaj, His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj. I am simply trying to execute the order of my spiritual master. Whatever is being done is not an account of my intelligence or endeavor, because I am simply an instrument in the hands of my spiritual master. I do not know how far I have got the capacity to carry his order, but I may say that I have a sincere desire to do it. This morning, His Grace Namata Prabhuji was giving his lecture on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 15, Shloka 6, Prabhuji, 7. So, you were mentioning about a single point focus of Arjuna. So, when he was a student with Dronacharya, and Dronacharya was the master for the entire Kuru family, including the Kauravas. Drishtadyumna was his student, you nicely mentioned that. Many of them, when Dronacharya asked, what you see? They said, we see tree, we see the parrot, but only Arjuna said, I see the eye of the bird. So, here in this statement we can see, it was only Prabhupada, even though His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj had many of the disciples. We can see from this statement, it was only Prabhupada who was very sincere, who had very sincere desire in the Vani of his Guru Maharaj. I am continuing. Certainly, Srila Prabhupada is helping me. Excuse me. Glass. Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. Jara is catching up. So, start from the beginning. Certainly, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is helping me. Otherwise, how could an insignificant person like me have given 2 or 4 people a chance to become Vaishnavas? The general people are all intoxicated and loafers. It is very popular here to impregnate women and then take them to the doctor and give them an abortion. This is common. They have no lamentation for this. You cannot imagine from there how difficult it is to make them accept good sadachara. It is so much mercy of Srila Prabhupada that this kind of Kirata, Hunandra, Pulinda, Pulkasha people are taking up sadachara. They are giving up illicit relationships with women, intoxication, marijuana, tea, coffee, everything. Having given up meat, they are eating dal, chapati and rice and are very happy. They do kirtan and harinam every morning and evening and do sandhya before Srila Mahaprabhu's picture. To honor the Guru Varga, as soon as they see me, they pay obeisance. I never expected so much. They are not foolish or inactive. Some are MA and BA and they are earning 3 or 4,000 rupees per month. Most of them, at least 2 of them, give me all their money. That is why it is possible to spend so much. It is not possible to beg here. It is not possible to run a matha or temple if money does not come from earnings. Here it is not possible to go from door to door to beg flour and rice. Without notice, it is not possible to meet with any gentleman. It is necessary to make an engagement beforehand. Along with all this inconvenience, in this faraway foreign country, I am working alone helplessly. My only hope is Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. I have no one else. In my house, my wife and son did not help me. So I left my home. I thought the God brothers would help me, but even that I did not get. In my old age, I have taken so much risk, but not to fulfill any of my own desires. Srila Prabhupada had desired this work and I am trying to fulfill that desire according to my ability. Personally, I have no ability. My only hope is Srila Prabhupada. Also, this is also interesting. Srila Prabhupada did not shy away from acknowledging that he had become fabulously successful. He also takes credit. This statement is a really good statement. Throughout the whole world, among all the yogis, swamis and bhogis, I am successful. That is a fact. Who can be compared with me? Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kame Sakale Ashanta Krishna Bhakta Nishkami Ataiva Shanta. So that's what Prabhupada is writing. I'll continue. One more page, then I will stop because this book is something like if you start read, we cannot stop. So 2 more paragraphs, then I will take up to the next section. We took up the mission of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and Bhakti Vinod Thakur to preach the cult of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu all over the world, under the protection of all the predecessor acharyas, and we find that our humble attempt has been successful. If I have any credit, it does not belong to me personally, but it is due to my eternal spiritual master, His Divine Grace Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivarjika Charya Ashtotara Shatashri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada. My students offer me so much respect, but all these respects are due to my spiritual master. I am nothing. I am just like a peon. Whatever I am doing, it is due to the work of my Guru Maharaj. Actually, he is the power behind me and I am only an instrument. We shall always expect to be saved by His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. Always pray to His lotus feet. Whatever success we have had in preaching Lord Chaitanya's mission all over the world is only due to His mercy. Regarding His profuse literary output, these books are all the mercy of my Guru Maharaj. No author throughout the world has written so many books. Shakespeare, Milton, Dickens, neither their books have been so widely read or with such appreciation. So there's lot many things about Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. We can go on reading. So I have some of the things from I have gathered, so we'll see. So this is from Leelamrut I have taken. This is a very good section. We can understand mood of Srila Prabhupada to his Guru Maharaj. This is section 1 and chapter 4. Basically chapter 4. Sometimes Abhay would go to see him at the Chaitanya Mat. Him means his Guru Maharaj, at the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya in Mayapur. One day at the Chaitanya Mat, Abhay was in the courtyard when a large poisonous snake crawled out in front of him. Abhay called out for his god brothers, but when they came, everyone simply stood looking, uncertain what to do. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta came out on the veranda of the second floor, glanced down, saw the snake and immediately ordered, "Kill it." A boy then took a large stick and killed the snake. Srila Prabhupada, so I thought, how is it that Guru Maharaj ordered the snake to be killed? I was a little surprised, but later on I saw this verse and then I was very glad. Modate sadhur api vrishchika sarpahatya. 7th canto. Even saintly persons take pleasure in the killing of a scorpion or a snake. It had remained a doubt how Guru Maharaj ordered the snake to be killed. But when I read this verse, I was very much pleased that this creature or creatures like the snake should not be shown any mercy. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta was reputed to be so austere and so strong in argument against other philosophies that even his own disciples were cautious in approaching him. If we were sitting alone or if they had no specific business with him, yet even though Abhay's contact with him was quite limited, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta would always treat him kindly. Srila Prabhupada, whenever I met my Guru Maharaj, he would always treat me very affectionately. Sometimes my god brothers would criticize because I would talk a little freely with him, and they would quote this English saying, "Fools rush in where angels fear to trade." I read again, I think you can understand it. Fools rush in where angels fear to trade. But I would think, fool, well, maybe, but that is the way I am. My Guru Maharaj was always very, very affectionate to me. When I offered obeisances, he used to return, "Dasosmi, I am your servant." Sometimes, as Srila Bhaktisiddhanta packed back and forth chanting the Hare Krishna mantra aloud while fingering his beads, Abhay would enter the room and also chant. Walking alongside his spiritual master, once when Abhay entered Srila Bhaktisiddhanta's room, his spiritual master was sitting on a couch and Abhay took his seat beside him on an equal level. But then he noticed that all the other disciples in the room were sitting on a lower level, at their spiritual master's feet. Abhay kept his seat and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati said nothing of it. But Abhay never again sat on an equal level with his spiritual master. Once in a row with many disciples, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was speaking and Abhay listening when an old man beside Abhay mentioned to him. As Abhay leaned over to hear what the man wanted, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta suddenly spoke out in annoyance at the two apparently inattentive students. "Babu," he first addressed the old man beside Abhay, "do you think you have purchased me with your 150 rupees per month donation?" And then turning to Abhay, "Why don't you come up here and speak instead of me?" Abhay was outwardly mortified, yet he treasured the rebuke. It was in a private meeting that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta once told Abhay of the risks he took by preaching so boldly. Srila Prabhupada, "My Guru Maharaj's contribution is that he defeated the caste Goswamis. He defeated his Brahmanism. He did the same way as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Kiba Vipra, Kiba Nyasi, Shudra Kenenai, Ye Krishna Tattva Vitta, say Guru hai. There is no consideration whether one is a sannyasi, a brahmana, a shudra or a grihastha. No, anyone who knows the science of Krishna is all right. He is Goswami and he is Brahmana. But no one else taught that science, Lord Chaitanya. This was my Guru Maharaj's contribution, and for this reason he had to face so many vehement protests from these Brahmana caste Goswamis. Once they conspired to kill him. My Guru Maharaj told me personally, by his grace, when we used to meet alone, he used to talk about so many things. He was so kind that he used to talk with me, and he personally told me that these people, they wanted to kill me. So this goes on. This one paragraph is really good. We will read this. Srila Prabhupada, when my Guru Maharaj was present, even big scholars were afraid to talk with even his beginning students. My Guru Maharaj was called living encyclopedia. He could talk with anyone on any subject. He was so learned and no compromise. So-called saints, avatars, yogis, everyone who was false was an enemy to my Guru Maharaj. He never compromised. Some God brothers complained that this preaching was a chopping technique and it would not be successful. But those who criticized him fell down. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta was known as the Simha, Lion Guru. On occasion when he saw someone he knew to be a proponent of impersonalism, he would call that person over and challenge, "Why are you cheating the people with Mayavadi philosophy?" He would often tell his disciples not to compromise. "Why should you go flatter?" We would say, "You should speak the plain truth without any flattery. Money will come anyway." Whenever Srila Bhaktisiddhanta wrote or spoke the Vaishnava philosophy, he was uncompromising. The conclusion was according to the Shastra and the logic strong. But sometimes Abhay would hear his spiritual master express the eternal teachings in a unique way that Abhay knew he would never forget. Don't try to see God. Bhaktisiddhanta would say, but act in such a way that God sees you. Okay, I'll stop here with this because this section has inspired me a lot. As you can see, a lot of important points came here. Why he is called a Simha Guru, why he instructed his disciple to kill the snake, and the people, the Mayavadis, many caste Brahmins were looking to kill him. So, and this final statement, don't try to see God, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj said, but act in such a way that God sees you. So this is something amazing. I thought I should share on this day, glorifying His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. And we are very much used to the writing of Srila Prabhupada. We read Prabhupada's language, purports, his disciples like my Guru Maharaj, Mood and Mission. But very rarely we get a chance to read what His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj has written. So it's very difficult. So I want to read his purports. Yes, exactly. So I marked that some section we will read. Okay. Prabhuji, internet is not there. Very nice, Prabhuji. You have given your Wi-Fi as hell. Material world is hell. So it's a Brahma Samhita is translated by His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj. It's a very long foreword. I would not read everything because it will take time. So I will read from this point, this booklet. This is very interesting. After this we can go back to our shloka reading today. This is Prabhupada is writing about Brahma Samhita. This booklet is only the 5th chapter of the hymns of Brahma, which were recorded in 100 chapters. The Supreme Lord Sri Chaitanya picked up this chapter from the temple of Adi Keshava at Tiruvattar, a village lying under the government of Travancore, for the assurance of all God-loving and especially Krishna-loving people in this conditioned jurisdiction. This booklet can easily be compared with another book which passes by the name of Srimad Bhagavatam. Though it has got a reference in the pantheon of Puranas, the Bhagavatam corroborates the same idea of this Pancharatra. The devotee should consider that these two books tend to the identical Krishna, who is the fountainhead of all transcendental and mundane entities and has a manifestive exhibition of the plenary variegatedness. Apportions of calumniation are restricted in the limited world, whereas transcendence cannot admit such, angularities being an angle of 180 degrees or void of any angular discrepancies. If anyone has understood, I would like to understand this. The publisher is carried away to the realm of gratitude when his stores of publication are scrutinized. Thakura Bhakti Vinoda has given an elucidatory purport of the conception of the most sublime fountainhead of all entities in Bengali, and one of his devout followers has rendered that into English for propagatory purpose. The purports and the translations are traced to the backgrounds of writings of Srila Jiva Goswami, a contemporary follower of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya. The emotional aspirations will find fair play in pursuing the text of this brochure by one and all who have any interest in pure theistic achievements. The materialistic inspection often goes on to say that the provincial conception of theism has made the depicting of transcendental unity into diverse phase quite opposed to the ethical consideration of the limited region. But we differ from such erroneous considerations when we get a prospective view of the manifested transcendentality, eliminating all historicities and allegorical enterprises. All our enjoying mood should have a different direction. When we take into account the transcendental entity who has obsessed all frailties and limitations of nature, so we solicit the happier mood of the scrutinizers to pay special attention to the importance of manifestive transcendence in Krishna. It was found necessary to publish this small book for the use of English knowing people who are interested in the acme of transcendental truths in their manifestive phrases. The theme delineated in the text of this book is quite different from the ordinary heaps of poetical mundane literature, as they are confined to our limited aspiration of senses. The book was found in the south some 4 centuries ago, and it is again brought into light in the very same country after a long time, just like the worshipping of the goddess Ganges by the offering of our own water. Siddhanta Saraswati, Sri Gaudiya Math, Calcutta, the 1st August 1932. This is what exactly I try to do also. How you worship Ganges is take water and offer it back to her. This is what I did also. I read his literature. Hope we have offered prayers to him on this day. Hare Krishna. So back to the syllabus. This picture, anybody remembers Prabhuji? This picture I took in our last yatra in Mayapur, and we went to Srivasangan there. In that corner, when the lecture was going on, this picture was there, because I was trying to find a live picture of him, because whenever we saw his handwritten pictures. I think this is his real picture. So it was there in Srivasangan in Mayapur. So I thought I should use it someday, or so I had the opportunity today to use it. So, Jai Vishnupad Prabhuji ka Acharya Stotra Shatashri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj ki Jai.
You can read Bengali like this.
Bengali no, Prabhuji.
I thought you were reading the...
Because Srila Prabhupada, I think it was mentioned, I don't know who mentioned Prabhuji, correct me if I am wrong, like Chaitanya Charitamrita is so sweet, people will learn Bengali to read Chaitanya Charitamrita. So hope like we should learn. Because Bengali is very inspirational, Prabhuji, how it is, because I also got attracted to my spiritual master first time is because of this reason. First time, if you remember in the Carmel school or somewhere, when we had the program of Guru Maharaj, he spoke in English first, then in Hindi, then in Bengali. That is where I decided I have found my spiritual master. So Bengali is something really I aspire to learn someday, Prabhuji. Okay. Sorry, I wasted some of the time.
Not wasted.
Because the topic given was to glorify Bhagavad Gita chapter 11 shloka 20, but I took opportunity to glorify His divine grace. So universal form of the Lord. So I have made some points. Okay, before I go, I'll say this. So looking at this pictures, one shloka comes to my mind. Aham sarvasya prabho matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajate mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. Other day I was hearing to Gaurang Darshan Prabhuji. He has given a series of lectures during Gita Jayanti month in December. He has covered all the 18th chapters. It's called as Gita Pravaha. It is on YouTube. My request is, I finished that. I am going through that second time. I mean hearing to that. It's so wonderful because in that, pertaining to this particular shloka of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, shloka 8, he mentions Buddha and Bhava Samanvitaha. A Vaishnava or a devotee, Buddha is intelligence, Bhava is emotion. So, and Vaishnava should not only be intelligent, he should be emotional. It should be a mix of both intelligence and emotion. If you are only emotional and if you don't have intelligence, you are not complete. And if you have only intelligence and no emotion, then also you are not complete. So there has to be a balance of intelligence and emotions. So with regards to this, intelligence and emotion, especially with respect to intelligence, I was reading a conversation between His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada and Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. There was interesting two stories. The question was, who is intelligent? You know, room conversations. Room conversations used to happen. The devotees have captured the room conversations that happened between Prabhupada and the disciples. It's nothing but Upanishads, the modern Upanishad. If we read that, there is so much exchange of knowledge. In that, the question was, who is very intelligent? Then, you know Tamal Krishna Goswami. Tamal Krishna Goswami was like right hand of Srila Prabhupada. For any work, the first person you would look to is Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. So, even our Mayapur land acquisition in Lenamrut, it is there. Prabhupada put lot of efforts because the land was captured by Mohammedans. So they were trying to take back to build the temple. Srila Prabhupada was trying so much, he was finding it difficult. Then Tamal Krishna Goswami was the person who went and established that land. Today we have the Chandrodaya Mandir there. So all glories to Sri Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. So the conversation is like this: who is intelligent? Prabhupada asked Tamal Krishna, what's your view on who is intelligent? Then he gave a story. This is a story from Britain. Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj says this, that you see, Prabhupada, there is a story in Britain There was a king, okay, very greedy king, and kings, once they are rich, they try to control their subjects, and he wanted to have in the world the best of the possessions with him. So he had best of the possessions, he had money, he had the best of the castle, all the best of the things. So his minister was there. His minister wanted to teach him a lesson, to insult him publicly someday. So he was trying for an opportunity. Once there were 3 thieves. So this minister made nexus with those thieves. We will teach a lesson to this king. You know that story, Prabhuji? You have heard this? So these 3 thieves, he said, we will make a plan and trap this king, make money and also insult him. So insulting king is the requirement of the minister, and making money is the equation of the thieves. So this minister introduced these 3 thieves to the king, telling that, dear sir, I have 3 special tailors. They have learnt a special art that they can stitch invisible cloth. Nobody can see that cloth. Okay, it is the first time in the world. Okay, let us make use of these people and stitch this. You should be the first person to wear this cloth. The king got excited. He said, yeah, there's something like this, I should try it. So they gave him, he asked them, how much time you need? They said, we may need 1 month. Okay, what we will do is we will also create a museum setup. You people start stitching. I will bring all my subjects in the country. I will make ticket also. They can walk and see, and also pay to the ticket. We will also make money. So like that, the stitching of the cloth for the king started. Because after 1 month, there was a special program in the kingdom. So the king wanted, there was a coronation program. So the king wanted to wear this special invisible cloth on that day. So every day morning, these people will get nice food. They will eat, good salary also. They started to stitch. So people also started to come, take ticket, pay the money. Nobody had the guts to tell to the king that they can't see anything. So these thieves started to do their drama. One person is putting the invisible thread in the needle. One person is cutting the invisible cloth. Another person is stitching. The minister is telling to the king, see what fantastic work they are doing. The king is also, yes. He is asking his subjects also, people, how is the cloth? They are stitching. See, I bought special tailors from different land. They said, oh, fantastic, it is coming up. Oh, it will be great to see. So the day came after 1 month. So these 3 thieves along with the minister made the king to wear that invisible cloth. And the king very proudly wore it. It was also very light. Anything invisible is very light. So the procession started. The king on a chariot, okay, coming in the invisible clothing. So everyone is telling, fantastic cloth, the king is coming. Okay, see, this is something marvelous. It happened in no other country, in our country only it is happening. Our king is great. Everybody is appreciating the king. One small child was there. We don't see any children here. They have gone for the children's class, I think. They came. Good time, come. See, we thought of children and the children are here. So one small child, sit Prabhuji. One small child stood up, went to the street and told, Mama, why king is not wearing anything? Then the king also became conscious. Then one more child also came front, which is little elder to it, and also said, yes, king is not wearing anything. All children gathered like this. They came from children class, they gathered and started telling, king is naked, king is naked. So then Tamara Krishna Goswami concludes this story and tells that the children who are innocent, they are intelligent. They see the things as it is. So children are the intelligent people. As we see, Prabhuji, you see, children, we can teach them anything. Here we have children who can recite entire Bhagavad Gita. Other day during the Gita Jayanti also I saw, I think last year, 13th chapter recitation nobody had registered, and our Kshitij Prabhuji went there without book. All entire 13th chapter he recited without seeing. In fact, I told my wife Dharma Rupa that I will be telling some stories today. Please make children to be in the class. But she took them. Anyhow, this story. Then, so this is how Tamal Krishna Goswami told that who is intelligent. Then Prabhupada started to tell another story. He said, not only children, even Vaishnavas are intelligent. So how Vaishnavas are intelligent, Srila Prabhupada told a story. Once there was a Mohammedan king. This is there in conversation, room conversation. These two stories are recorded. If you can find and read, because I was reading one day, I got this. So Srila Prabhupada told a story that there was a Mohammedan king. This Mohammedan king had a minister. He was a Hindu. His name was Gopal. This Mohammedan king also wanted to become very famous. Some disturbance, Prabhuji, at the back. Sorry. Hare Krishna. So the king wants to be very famous. So this, what the king, Mohammedan king did, he called Gopal. Gopal, you come here. See, in your scriptures, Mahabharata, this Yudhishthir Maharaj is very famous. Okay, he did lot of yajnas, he is very famous. You also write something like your Mahabharata on me. Make me famous. Whatever you want, I will give. Then Gopal thought, okay, this is the right opportunity. I should make use of the situation. Then I said, yes, I will write. Maharaj, of course, you are very good, excellent. We know about Mohammedan kings. That was this. He said, okay, you people are great, doing great. I will write a scripture like Mahabharata on you so that you will become more popular than Yudhishthir Maharaj. Then we started to follow up with him. What happened? You started? Yes, I started to write. I am also doing lot of information gathering across the kingdom. There is lot of money being spent. I have appointed many of my subordinate students also who will go gather information about your greatness, recording your greatness according various villages, towns and all. I am sending them. I need more money. If you can give me some money so that I can send more people and complete this book on you very fast. Then okay. He started to give money. So Gopal Vaishnava, he took that money. He built a nice temple of Gopinathji. So he started prasadam distribution, regular glorification of the Lord services. He appointed pujari there, maintenance people. So entire this king giving money, he started to utilizing in developing the temple. The king, after a few days, he started to become very impatient. This fellow is taking money. I don't know he is writing scripture on me or no. Before I die, I have to be popular. How I will know if I die? So one day he called, see, I can't give you more time. I will give you only 1 week time now. If not, head. It's almost done that day. Just look at the intelligence of the Vaishnava. I said, it's almost done, completed. Only I am waiting for one thing. If you answer this question, I can release the book next week. Okay, what is the question you asked? You tell me the other 4 husbands' name of your wives. Because Draupadi had 5 husbands. So Yudhishthir Maharaj became popular. You give me the other 4 husbands' name of your wife, I will complete the scripture. Arey, what you are telling, in our this thing, it is all not accepted. See, Mahabharata, Yudhishthir Maharaj is popular because of Draupadi. Draupadi's incident only. All this, the Kurukshetra war happened because of Draupadi. Now if I am writing book on you, your wife will be the protagonist, the lady protagonist in the story. So I have to write the other 4 names. Then he said, don't write such type of book. Cancel. The whole deal cancel. He cancelled the deal. So like this, Vaishnavas very intelligent. Whatever the situation, even in our offices, we will come across this situation. I was telling this story to His Grace Asimanand Krishna Prabhuji also that I read. So in office also we will have difficult situations like this. So we should make use of our Vaishnava intelligence and we should somehow manage the situation. So when I was reading this, I just got this information. Actually, now I am going to start my discussion on the shloka. Sorry.
There is a temple construction is going on.
Temple. That is Prabhupada's story, Prabhuji. This is Prabhupada's told in room conversation. One of the room conversation between these two acharyas, it is there.
Maybe you both are constructing somewhere temple.
No, Gopal, our minister Gopal is concerned. And also, Prabhuji, how not to be intelligent, also one story is there. I don't know if I have time. If children are interested, I can tell one more story. This is told, I heard in one of the lecture by my Guru Maharaj. There was a Acharya. So Acharya had some disciples, some dumb disciples. Okay. In Telugu also, maybe if you know Paramanandaya Shishyalu, like that. Okay. Acharya, some dumb students were there. Always Prajalpa. Like we can see now also some Prajalpa is going on in the class. So as Upadeshamrita says, Atyahara prayasascha prajalpo niyamagraha jana sangascha lolyamcha shadbir bhaktir vinashati. So Prajalpa and Atyahara is responsible for fall down from devotion. So generally if two children are together or Mataji is together or Prabhuji is also agreed. So the Prajalpas will start. So the Guru was very disappointed with this Prajalpas, always disciples making discussions, talkative, making disturbance in the class. So once they had the opportunity to go on a pilgrimage, they wanted to go. Early morning they started. Okay, Guru Maharaj said, see, one thing they knew, that they have to strictly follow Guru's order. Correct? We all follow Guru's order, right? We all follow 4 regulative principles, 16 round of chanting, only prasadam eating. We all follow? No? Okay. Only few hands up. Okay. So they said, see, no talking. Whatever happens, you people will not talk when we are going on the road. Okay, you have to remain silent and calm. There was one horse. So the Guru went on the horse. They took all the lunch, packed nicely, put behind the horse, behind the Guru, and they started to walk. In that disciples also, one senior also was there, a dumb senior. Okay. So they were all walking. After a few distance, in the slope, what happened? From the horse back, the food they had packed fell down. So they wanted to inform Guru Maharaj or put it back, but Guru has told, whatever happens, you should not talk. So the food fell down. One person wanted to put it back, but the leader said. So, okay, food fell down, they are walking. After some distance, Guru Maharaj realized, he got hungry. Where is the food packet? Then that leader said, Guru Maharaj, it fell down little long ago behind. Why you did not tell? Guru Maharaj, you said to remain silent, we did not tell Guru Maharaj. Okay, see, anything falls down from this horse, put it in my hand. Okay, understood Guru Maharaj. They started to walk again. After few distance, what will happen to the horse? So, it passed its stool. You have to follow Guru Maharaj. So they took the horse, whatever it had passed the motion, put it on Guru Maharaj's hand. What is this? Guru Maharaj, you told whatever falls from the horse, put it on my hand, I put on your hand. So, see, now I am telling, final, listen carefully, all of you listen carefully. Anything falls from the horse, don't talk. keep going to the pilgrimage place. Don't talk anything. Understood? Okay? Now, the Guru was sitting on the horse, no food. Afternoon lunch packed fell off. Now they have put this stool of the horse, that is also smelly. He started getting giddiness. Guru fell from the horse. So these people, because Guru has told, anything falls from the horse, don't speak, don't do anything, keep away. So the Guru is there only, these people walked away. So, Desha Kala Patra, we should understand. Whatever the instruction Guru Maharaj is giving to somebody, it is time, situation based. So, we should also develop that intelligence. Not everything will be applicable all the time. So, this story was told by our Guru Maharaj. Maybe he heard from Srila Prabhupada sometime maybe. Okay. Oh, I have only 10 minutes because morning His Grace Namavatar Prabhuji said, you heard a week before, I also heard, Amal Arjun Prabhuji said that you should not come between devotees and prasadam. Correct, Prabhuji? Today being fasting, I cannot come. Okay, sorry. Now, all children can come front. I will tell you one exercise also. So this shloka today, chapter 11, shloka 20. If you see, Dhyavo aprithviyor idam antaram hi. See, Arjuna is seeing Lord, is universal form in all directions. Vyaptam taya eke. Sorry, I can't. Vyaptam tvaya ekena dishascha sarvaha. So, Arjuna is seeing Krishna in all directions. Correct? X-axis, Y-axis and Z-axis. Prabhuji, you know how X-axis, Y-axis and Z-axis?
X-axis and Y-axis, I know. Z-axis, I know.
Okay. All children, take your right hand in front. Like this. All children. Children also, adults also want to do. Okay. Now, don't move your eyes. Okay. Eyes should be straight. Okay. Left hand like this onto the left side. Okay. See, the straight you are seeing is X-axis. And look at the tip of your left hand, this is Y-axis. Bring back to X-axis. Now, if you are looking at X-axis, you cannot see Y-axis without tilting your eyes, correct?
Yeah.
Now, look up, that is Z-axis. Look up, ceiling. You can see your hand? No, you can see only ceiling.
Yeah.
This is Z-axis.
Okay.
So your right hand is X-axis, your left hand is Y-axis, ceiling is Z-axis.
Yes.
Something you can see in X-axis now, you cannot see in Z-axis, correct? But you see here, Z, X, Y and Z-axis, Arjuna is able to see Krishna, correct? So Krishna is present everywhere, all axis. This is how you have to understand. Krishna is present in every axis. You are sitting in your classroom, you are in difficulty. Don't worry, in that direction itself, see Krishna and tell Krishna, save me from my teacher or anything. Krishna will save you. Okay? You will remember Krishna every time in class?
Yes.
Very good. Krishna has many names, no? What are different names of Krishna?
Govinda.
Govinda, Madhava, Keshava,
Mukunda.
Mukunda,
Hari.
Hari,
Gopala.
Gopala, very nice. So any name, don't have to be Krishna alone. When you are in difficulty, what you will tell? Govinda, save me. Correct? Okay. Now, and another important point here is, you see here, there is transition of rasas. In this shloka we can see the third line, Društva adbhutam rupam ugram tavedam. Adbhuta rupam. Arjuna is telling Adbhuta. See, he is friend of Krishna. He is in Sakya Rasa, right? From Sakya Rasa, right now he is experiencing Adbhuta Rasa. Adbhutam Rupam, the word has come in the shloka itself. So it is Adbhuta. Then also he is telling Ugram Tavedam. Ugram is something which is creating fear. Ugram also we have heard about this Ugram Viram Mahavishnu Jwalantam Sarvatomukam. So Narsimha also we are addressing as Ugram, which can cause fear. So in this one shloka we can see three rasas: friendship, wondrous and fear. And important thing also in the purport, Prabhupada has mentioned Arjuna is not the only person to see the universal form. Okay, the people who had all the divine vision were able to see Krishna. Krishna's power and omniscience is also mentioned in this shloka. And important is Krishna is referred to as Mahatman, the greatest one. So, as three rasas have come in this one shloka, there are 12 varieties of rasas. We know the primary rasas: Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya and Madhurya. That is neutrality, servitorship, fraternity, parenthood and conjugal love. And almost a month ago, His Grace Prakash Prabhuji gave very nice session on how each rasa has 5 different bhavas. You remember the 5 different bhavas: Sthayi bhava, Vibhava, Anubhava, Satvika bhava and Vebhichari bhava. Okay? And there are secondary rasas also. That is, the 7 secondary rasas are Raudra, Adbhuta, Hasya, Veera, Daya, Bhayanaka and Bibhatsa. So here we can see there is combination of rasas experienced by Arjuna. In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, if you read, there are such mixture of rasas. Srila Rupa Goswami is very nicely presented, giving examples in which shloka, who is experiencing. So all these rasas can be read. So there is a possibility you are experiencing 2 rasas simultaneously. So this is what is happening with Arjuna. In fact, right now he is experiencing 3 rasas. That is, as we saw, you see, friendship, wondrous and fear. Sakya, Adbhuta and Bhaya. So there are many other shlokas I took, but okay, this one shloka we will read and then we can conclude for the day maybe. This Canto 10, Chapter 16. Chapter 16, which story is there? Kaliya Daman. Kaliya Daman. This is Nagapatni's prayers to Lord Krishna. So, Kaliya had 101 hoots. So, Krishna is dancing on them, and the Kaliya started to vomit blood because he is also punishing Kaliya. Krishna is punishing Kaliya. So, that time Nagapatnis are telling this shloka. Why I took this shloka is because you see in the shloka Mahatman is mentioned, correct? You see the last word is Mahatman. So Krishna is addressed as Mahatman by various demigods, personals. So I have tried to gather who all have tried to call Krishna as Mahatmans. So in the Nagapatni prayers it is there, Surabhi Mata's prayers it is there, Brahma's prayers it is there. So various prayers we can see this. Even Narada's prayer. So I collected all these shlokas where and all Krishna has been addressed as Mahatma. Mahatma means great one, greatest one. There is nobody greatest than Krishna, as we know. So this is Nagapatni's prayers. I think we should all recite. Namastubhyam Bhagavate Purushaya Mahatmane Bhutavasaya Bhutaya Paraya Paramatmane. We offer our obeisances unto you, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Although present in the hearts of all living beings as the super soul, you are all pervasive. Although the original shelter of all created material elements, you exist prior to their creation. And although the cause of everything, you are transcendental to all material cause and effect, being the Supreme Soul. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, the beautiful Sanskrit poetry of these words should be chanted out loud for the transcendental pleasure of the reciter and the hearer. Namastubhyam Bhagavate Purushasya Mahatmane Bhutavasaya Bhutaya Paraya Paramatmane. This 10th canto, chapter 27th, this is after Govardhan Leela. Mother Surabhi and Indra has come and they are offering their prayers to Krishna. This is particularly Indra's prayer. This is Namastubhyam Bhagavate Purushaya Mahatmane Vasudevaya Krishnaya Sattvatam Pataye Namaha. Obeisances unto you, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Great Soul, who are all pervading and who reside in the hearts of all. My obeisances unto you, Krishna, the chief of the Yadu dynasty. So we will just recite the shlokas and we can conclude. This is chapter 46. Chapter 46 is Uddhava's prayers. Yasmin janaha prana viyoga kale kshanam samaveshaya mano avishuddham nihritaya karmashayam asho yati param gatim brahma mayo arkavarnaha tasmin bhavanto akilatma heto narayane karana martya murto bhavam vidhattam nitharam mahatman kim vavashitam yuvoho yuvayoho sukrityam any one, even a person in an impure state who absorbs his mind in him for just a moment at the time of death burns up all traces of sinful reactions and immediately attains the supreme transcendental destination in a pure spiritual form as effulgent as the sun. You too have rendered exceptional loving service to him. Lord Narayana, the super soul of all and the cause of all existence, the great soul who, although the original cause of everything, has a human-like form, what pious deeds could still be required for you? I think there are a lot more. I would beg to excuse. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So we have some time for questions. If there's any question at all. We had a wonderful session. Very nicely described about the Srimati Nath Maharaj appearance day. Sri Gopal, how he was so grateful about his spiritual master. We saw from his own book and by his Holiness Swami Maharaj as well. And also about this verse. So is there, yes, ma'am.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, you had clearly explained the three dimensions, X, Y and Z. How can we know about the sixth dimensions?
Sixth dimension means what, Prabhuji? I have not read anywhere in Prabhupada's purports.
Yes.
So sitting here I can talk only about Prabhupada's purports, nothing.
I also heard about sixth dimension because you brilliantly explained the three dimensions. I was just wondering if there was an explanation for the sixth dimension.
Prabhuji, see, as I said initially, I am not so qualified. Maybe Prabhuji, if he has heard about sixth dimension. Or sixth sense, Prabhuji, you are talking about sixth sense? Sixth sense? Sixth sense, correct? That, if I understand correctly, you are asking about sixth sense. Prabhuji, sixth sense is nothing but the Paramatma inside. Like in English they say gut feeling. Gut feeling is nothing but something is talking inside you. It is Paramatma.
The latest one was fourth dimension also.
See, it is Krishna's energy, Prabhuji. Please, how many dimensions are there? We are very small to understand. Because, it is told, we have four defects, humans: Brahma, Pramada, Vipralipsa, Karnopatava. We are illusioned, we have propensity to make mistakes, we have cheating propensity, and we have imperfect senses. Because I am student of physics, because I was very passionate about mathematics and physics during my graduation days. I know little of physics, that's why I was telling about X, Y and Z axis. So, even our senses are imperfect. The example is very clear. The sound, as we know, sound has different frequency, right? We can hear only from 20 Hz to 20 kilohertz, not more than that. Anything above 20 kilohertz is called as ultrasound. Ultrasound also has applications. When we go to hospital, I work in a hospital, ultrasound is used for diagnosing the internal body organs. So the dimension exists, but we can't hear, right? So similarly, above ultrasound is X-rays. You also take X-ray, right? And above X-ray there is lasers, and above laser there is MR. So there are different dimensions exist, but our perceptions is very limited because of these defects of the human senses, Karnapatava. So similarly, the hearing capability is limited, even our vision capability is limited. We can see is only Vibgayar, violet, indigo, blue, yellow, orange and red. Beyond that we can't see. So with our limited senses, Prabhuji, I don't think we will be able to perceive beyond some things. But things exist, as we understand. Like I was talking about ultrasound. Ultrasound came into, we as humans, we invented ultrasound machine maybe 50 years ago. Before that it was not there. But it was there, correct? It was not known to us. Similarly, there are many dimensions of Krishna's potencies are existing. Okay, to answer your question little more elaborately, first of all, I was agnostic before. Agnostic is a step just behind atheistic. That is, God doesn't exist. Okay, so whatever physics I had read in my engineering, the more physics I read in Canto 2 of Bhagavatam. My request is, if you want to learn more dimensions, start reading Bhagavatam from the beginning, as Prabhupada has suggested, from Bhagavatam, Canto 1, go to Canto 2, Canto 2, entire physics. Canto 3, you come, even biology is there. How child takes birth, first day what happens, second day what happens, and science stops where the death happens. But the Sankhya philosophy given by Kapil Maharshi, it goes beyond what happens when you leave the body and what happens inside the womb. How at 6 month age there is, in mother womb there is amniotic fluid. It is called as amniotic fluid. Okay, amniotic fluid, Kapil Dev says, is nothing but Rakta, Mala and Mutra. In English, it's a very sophisticated word is there, amniotic fluid. If somebody here saw something, very nice. But it is nothing but blood, stool and urine. So at the 6th month, the soul starts to experience. As we know, even Abhimanyu was 6 months old. Prahlad Maharaj also in the mother's womb at 6-month age, whatever like Narad Muni gave instruction to Prahlad Maharaj when he was in the mother's womb. Right? So the child starts to understand. Similarly, Parikshit Maharaj also saw Lord at the size of his thumb. So the child will start experiencing what is happening outside in the mother's womb itself. So all this is there in Bhagavatam, Prabhuji. I would request you start reading. Please start, Prabhuji. Thank you, Hare Krishna. There's a lot more, but Prabhuji, sorry if I had interrupted. You have something to.
10 directions have been given in the Bhagavatam. 10 directions.
10 directions.
That's what Disha. 4 directions, and then 4 corners, and up and down. That's mentioned.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी अगर आपकी आज्ञा हो तो थोड़ा सा मैं फिजिक्स का ज्ञान दूं उसमें।
प्लीज यस।
तो जैसे जो हम लोग जो फिजिक्स में अपने जो हमारे उससे समझते हैं वो 3 डायमेंशन की समझते हैं। ये मेरा हाथ है 3 डायमेंशन जैसा आपने बताया, ठीक। और समझाने के लिए चौथे डायमेंशन को हम बोल देते हैं कि भाई समय, जैसे जो
टाइम
है ना, टाइम है, जो तीनों डायमेंशन है समय के साथ थोड़ा मूव करके समझाने के लिए। और अगर थोड़ा सा और हम रूल्स में देखें तो जो टाइम और स्पेस जो बोलते हैं वो भी बोलते हैं कंटिन्यूम है। कंटिन्यूम कैसे, हमको लगता है कि 1 सेकंड जो चला गया वो चला गया, वापस नहीं आएगा, लेकिन टाइम भी बोलते हैं कि कंटिन्यूम है। अगर भागवत में उससे देखें जो युग है, युग अपने आप वही चीज़ें बार बार रिपीट होती है। एक बार फिजिक्स के हिसाब से देखें तो डायमेंशन आपका 4 पे रेस्ट्रिक्ट नहीं होते हैं। जैसे स्पेशली जैसे क्वांटम फिजिक्स में जो एक्चुअली प्रूफ्स हैं, तो जहाँ पे आपको डायमेंशन आप बोलते हैं एन डायमेंशन, तो अब इनफाइनाइट डायमेंशन हो सकते हैं, लेकिन जो हमारी कॉन्शियसनेस है उसमें हम केवल 3 ही डायमेंशन देख पाते हैं। तो ये कहना कि केवल जो है 3 ही डायमेंशन है, ऐसा नहीं। और जब भागवतम पढ़ते हैं तब हमको रियलाइज होता है कि भगवान के जो अनेक
एनर्जीज, यस,
तो उस तरह से हम शायद थोड़ा इमेजिन करने की कोशिश कर सकते हैं, लेकिन जो हमारे जो लिमिटेशंस हैं उससे हम केवल 3 ही डायमेंशन देख सकते हैं।
True, Prabhuji. Realizing God, Prabhuji was telling last lecture, the 13th chapter, the 5th shloka you were mentioning about Annamaya, Pranamaya, Jnanamaya, Vijnanamaya and Anandamaya. See, how you will realize God is through such aspects. The potencies of the Lord present in food, present in various living entities, Pranamaya. So yes, as we start reading, understanding purports, maybe we will understand more. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
I'd like to extend our gratitude. Thank you so much, Prabhu. It was so wonderful, actually. We were thinking to celebrate this festival about Sri Prabhupada's spiritual master, and you made it such a nice way that we could hear such a wonderful glorification about it. And also about the, I'm sure that you wanted some more time for this sloka. So we can see some other time actually.
Thank you.
तो हम सब मिलकर प्रभु जी का धन्यवाद करेंगे, भगवान के नाम का आशीर्वाद देंगे।
Hare Krishna, Krishna